everyone, welcome to Edupedia World 9th Grade Computer Applications video lecture series. I'm Upeka Vandibona, and from this episode we are going to start the fourth section, Office Application Software. From this lecture we are going to cover word processing area in Office applications. Before starting to talk about word processing, first we see what kind of Office applications are there in the industry. Most of the Microsoft Windows users, the people who uses Microsoft Windows as their operating system, tend to use Microsoft Office package as their Office application suite. There are several versions and most notable ones are the 2000, 2003, 2007, 2010, 2013 and the recent one 2016. But Microsoft Office package is a proprietary product. That means you have to buy the product in order to use it. For people who are unable to use that kind of commercial products, there are always free and open source products. For example, LibreOffice and Apache OpenOffice are free and open source Office packages that you can freely download from their websites. If you have a Google account, you can use their online product, Google Docs, freely. If you are an Apple user, then you can use their Apple iWork product as the Office application software. Apart from what we have mentioned in here, there are a number of Office application softwares in the industry. Anyway, most of the features they have provided are much more similar, only how it performs is different. For our demonstration purpose, we are using the Microsoft Office 2007 version. So with it, we are planning to show you word processing activities using Microsoft Word and multimedia presentation activities using Microsoft PowerPoint and spreadsheet activities using Microsoft Excel. So now let's move into word processing activities. So now I'm going to show you how to open Microsoft Office applications, including applications for word processing, multimedia presentations, and spreadsheets. To open Microsoft Office applications, click the Start button and click the All Programs and look for the folder Microsoft Office under letter M. There you go, and here you can see the applications we need. Microsoft Office Excel 2007, Microsoft Office PowerPoint 2007, and Microsoft Office Word 2007. So I'm going to open Microsoft Office Word 2007 by clicking it. So this is the Microsoft Word interface. And in this interface, this area we called as ribbon. This ribbon is categorized into several tabs, and under each tab there are several groups. And under each group there are several commands that you can perform. This little area in here, we call this as Quick Access Toolbar. By clicking this small arrow in here, you can customize as you prefer. So this button in here is to open the File menu. As we now know the basic elements of the interface, let's try to create a document. So here I'm going to type the title of my document text, Things I Like the Most. So now I'm going to type some text over here. Did you notice that there is a text with underlined red color? That means that word is incorrect. It misspelled. Microsoft Word automatically underlines misspelled words with red color. So now did you notice that I used the lowercase letter h for the word hope, but Microsoft Word had turned it automatically into the uppercase h, because it is the first letter of the first word of the sentence. So if you move your mouse pointer into the letter H, you can see how it has used the autocorrect option. And also, when you right click on the misspelled word, you can see it suggests several words that you can use. So I need the word world, so I can simply select the word world. The document we have created doesn't look good. It needed some formatting. For example, this text over here need to be looks like a title. For that, we can use this feature under the Home tab and under the Styles group. This is the default style set. If you needed any other style set, you can simply select the Change Styles option and select the style set. So here I'm going to select the Fancy Style set. And now I want to format the text description over here. For example, I needed this text over here to appear in upper cases. For that, you can use this option under the font group. So here you can change into sentence case, lowercase, or whole text into uppercase, or capitalize each word, or use the toggle case. So here I'm going to use the uppercase. And also I want this part to appear in bold. So for that, I can use this feature over here in the font group. And I don't want this text to appear in italics, so I will switch off this option. Okay, the first thing I want to talk about, my favorite thing, is movies. So here I'm going to type the word movies and make it as a heading. So select the text and use this heading 1 over the styles group. And now I'm going to add a description. So here I got a description that I have written previously. So I simply copy this text over here and paste it over here. By right clicking the document, you can do following things. The same options in the font group appears when you right click on the document. So what I want to do is paste the text. So here I'm going to paste the text I had copied from the notepad. For this paragraph over here, it's only aligned into left, but not into right. If you want both the left and right aligned text, use this justify feature in the paragraph group. If you want to increase or decrease the size of the text, you can use either this option, or else you can specifically mention the font size. So here I'm going to use the font size into 12. And also you can change the font of the text using this option. By using the underline option over here, you can underline the text. And also you can use the strike through option to draw a line through the middle of the selected text. Or else you can change the color of the text using this option. Or else highlight the text as it was highlighted by a highlighter. And then you can use this subscript option to write the terms such like carbon dioxide, CO2, the number 2 at the bottom. And then you can use the superscript option to write the terms such like first, second, third, to put the last 2 letters at the top. In the paragraph group, this option provides you to create bulleted list, and this option provides you to create numbered list. By this option, you can create multi-level lists. And in here, you can see you can change the line spacing of a paragraph. For example, if I select this paragraph and use the line spacing as 2.0, you can see how it changed the paragraph line spacing. And from this option, you can change the background color of the paragraph and also put some border around the paragraph. Okay, now the next thing we have to do is insert a table with the movies I like. So this table has 4 columns. First column for the number, the second column for the name of the movie, the third column for the language of the movie, and the fourth column is for the release year. So for that, I'm going to click the Insert tab and use the table groups. From the pop-up appears when you click the small arrow in here, you can simply create a table by mentioning the rows and columns you need. 4 by 5 table. So this is our table and this is the number column and this is the name column and this is the language column and this is the released year column. So this table is just a pure clean table. If you need to decorate this table, you can use the table styles group. These two tabs over here, the design tab and the layout tab, appears when you are working with the table. So now I'm going to decorate my table with a table style. So select the table and select a table style. I'm going to select this table style. The options in the table style options group helps you to color the table. For example, if I untick this header row, you can see what happened. If I untick banded rows, you can see the color is gone. So I'm going to tick the banded rows and header row. Under the draw borders group, you can change the pattern of the border or else width of the border or else the color of the border. So now I want to increase the height of this header row. For that, you can either move your mouse pointer over to the border of the header row and move it downwards. Or else you can click the layout tab and use this option to increase the cell height. And now I want this header text to appear in the center of the cell. For that, highlight the header cells and select this option, Align Center, at the Alignment group. So now I want to decrease the width of the number column. So for that, I'm going to select a cell in the number column and use this feature to reduce the column width. So you can notice when I'm reducing this way, whole table width is reduced. So to avoid that, I am not going to use that method to reduce the number column width. So now I am going to undo the steps that I had taken by using this option and using this method to reduce the number column width. So in this way you can see space remaining is added into the name column. But I need these 3 columns in the same width. So to do that you can use this distribute columns option. So until I summarize what we did up to now, you can fill out this table. So in the first we learn about 3 groups in the home tab, the font group, paragraph group and the styles group. Under the font group, we learn about how to change font and font size, and then how to do bold, italic, underlined or strike through text, and also how to make subscript text and superscript text. And also we learn to convert a text into uppercase or lowercase or title case. And also we learn to change the color of the text and how to highlight the text. Under the paragraph tab, we learn about few techniques in creating lists, bulleted list, numbered list and multi-level list. And also we learn about several alignment techniques, left alignment, center alignment, right alignment and justify alignment. And then we learn about increasing the line spacing using this option. And also we change the background color of the paragraph, as well as we learn that we can put a border around the paragraph. Under the styles group, we stylize our title and our headings. So all the headings will get this kind of style and all the titles will get this kind of title. And then we learn about how to insert a table. For that we used insert tab and the table group and create a table by mentioning the rows and columns. And when we create a table, we got two new tabs, design and layout. Under the design tab, we learn how to change the style of the table and also how to change the border pattern, width and the color. Under the layout tab, we learn about changing the cell height and width and also text alignment. Right, this is a sample table that I had created, and did you notice the last cell in the language column? I split that cell into two columns. So now I'm going to show you how to split and merge cells. To demonstrate that, I'm going to insert another table with 3 by 3 columns. And now I'm going to split this cell into two columns. For that, I'm right-click in the cell and use the Split Cells menu. And here you can mention the number of columns as well as the number of rows. So I want 2 columns and 1 row. And now I want these 2 cells into a one cell. We call this as merging. For that, click the layout button and use this option to merge cells. As you now know how to split and merge cells, we can delete this table over here. For that, click the layout tab and use this delete option and click the delete table button. Imagine you need 2 more movies added into this table, but there are no remaining rows. So to insert rows, select the number of rows you needed to add after the selected rows and right-click the last row. Here you can see the insert menu and use any of these menus to insert rows or else insert columns. To insert columns, you can use these two menus. To insert rows, you can use these two menus. So I want to insert a row below to the selected rows. So I'm going to click this menu item. You can do the same by layout tab. Okay, now we know the most wanted features to work with tables. Therefore, now we can look at how to add page numbers using header and footer. To edit the header or footer, double-click at the bottom of the page or else at the top of the page. Here I am going to double-click at the bottom of the page and you can see a new tab is opened. In this new Design tab, click the page number option under the header and footer group. In the bottom of the page menu, you can select one of these styles to add the page number. So I'm going to use this style for the page number. So this page number will be incremented on each page. Now I want a text to appear at the header. For that, I'm going to use this option to add a text. So there are several styles that you can use to add the text at the header. So I'm going to use this style to add the text. So here it automatically identifies my heading of the page, movies. So to close down the header, you can use this option. Right, now we are almost done preparing our document. Let's see how to print this document. To print the document, click this button over here. Then you can see a file menu kind of a thing appears. In the print menu, click the print preview button. Here you can see the preview when you print the document. So if the print preview is okay, then you can click the print option. From this print wizard, select the name of the printer you needed to use and mention the page range. whether you need to print all the pages or just only the current page or any specific pages. And then mention the number of copies you needed to print and select OK. As I'm not connected into a printer, nothing will be happened. So to close the print preview, you can use this option over here. So to save this file, click the button over here and use this option. So mentioning any path, you can save this document by clicking the save button. Whenever you want to open the files you have saved, click this open option to browse through the files. And also it always mentions the recent documents in the right side over here. Right. Now you know the most important features in Microsoft Word to perform a word processing activity. So let's try to summarize what we've covered up in this episode. We learn about administrative tasks such as opening, saving and closing. So those are almost same for all the Office applications in Microsoft. By clicking the Office button, you can perform those administrative activities. And then we get familiar with the Microsoft Word interface, how they convert the menu structure into a ribbon structure. And then we learn about the options in the font group, paragraph group, and the styles group. After that, we learn how to insert a table and how to style the table, as well as the most relevant features to work with table. And then we looked at how to print because printing features are different in other two Office applications we are going to look at. And then we get into know Microsoft Word can check spellings of the words and provide suggestions for the misspelled words. And also it can correct automatically little mistakes. For example, capitalizing the first letter in the sentence. And then we learn about headers and footers to put text at the top of the page or bottom of the page to appear at the every page. The most used example is adding page numbers, and also you can use this feature to mention the chapter name the pages and the heading name of the pages or else the document name. So that's all for this episode under word processing. In the next lecture, we are going to cover up multimedia presentations using Microsoft PowerPoint. Thank you for watching. See you in the next lecture. This video brought to you by edupediaworld.com. Watch more from our website.